Minister of Water and Sanitation, Pemmy Majodina, is today expected to host the media for the reopening of the Lesotho Highlands Water Tunnel. The Lesotho Highland Water project tunnel is a transfer tunnel linking Katse Dam with the Muela Power Station. SABC News reporter Aphumelele Mdlalane is covering the reopening and joins us for a live update. So Aphumelele, finally the Highlands Water Tunnel reopens now. Take us through what's happening there. What are the conversations making it there?
Well, I can indicate that the media briefing still continues, but we just moved to the actual tunnel where, of course, the minister will be coming. But I must indicate that the tunnel, the water has been already reopened, because last time when we were here, which is November, we would be able to even move inside a tunnel where we were shown the kind of infrastructure that was, of course, important for it to be, of course, maintained. As they were saying that that's a five-year maintenance. That is one of those major maintenance that had to happen, and as a result 320 million rand was set aside. We did understand, get a clear indication from Deputy Minister when he was explaining that this maintenance took rather 7 months instead of 6 months, because there were challenges here and there, and also, of course, the issue of weather also impacted on this. But with me right now, I am joined by Matebula, who's the head communication of water and sanitation. Just take us through to what is expected here today. We do see that the water is filling already, and the relations that you've been having with the Lesotho side in terms of this maintenance, how has it been?
Yeah, you remember that we shut down the tunnel beginning of October last year, and it was supposed to be opened by end of March this year. So on the Lesotho side, maintenance was done, and we're doing our own this side through the TCTA. We have managed to meet our target. Actually, we completed our work this side on the 19th of March, but the Lesotho side was a bit delayed until the beginning or mid-May. So water had to be released again from the Lesotho side down to the South African side. It was released on the 16th of May from Lesotho, and it takes some few days for it to reach South Africa. So it has, as you can see, arrived here in South Africa, here at the Ash River outfall. And the minister is coming here today to say we came here beginning of October to inform the nation that we are closing down the tunnel for maintenance, which is very necessary to keep the tunnel healthy and to retain its integrity, and to guarantee its lifespan for at least the next 30 years. And this is the routine maintenance that we do every 5 years. But this time it was a bit thorough. We had to close the tunnel for 6 months, unlike before where it was less. And going forward from now, it could be less. So she's coming here to say that maintenance shutdown is over. As you can see, the water is here. Now everything returns to normal. And you are here to witness that indeed the water is here. Because if we had called you earlier, while water has not reached the outfall, you were going to doubt that we have completed the maintenance work and water is here and the tunnel is ready now to feed again water into the integrated Vaal River system.
One would say with this pressure simply means these 4 provinces will finally have a better volume when it comes to the provision of water in terms of course, in their taps. And how deep is this tunnel, if we were to talk about it? We were inside it during the maintenance, of course. It was dark, but the maintenance, therefore, the importance of it.
Well, the importance of maintenance is that for it to to continue to supply water into the system here in South Africa, it must be maintained. Remember, we also advocate for water infrastructure to be maintained because it's part, or at least it's one of the aspects to ensure the continuous supply of water to our people. We always say as a department, municipalities must maintain their water infrastructure. And here we lead in the forefront to ensure that our own infrastructure is maintained. From our side, we make sure that our infrastructure is maintained, and we also make sure that our routine maintenance takes place, which means at the time at which the maintenance must be done, we ensure that it is done. The water that is coming here from Lesotho, yes, does supply the integrated Vaal River system, and the Vaal River system is constituted by 14 dams, and these dams always have water. So when you see that the areas of Gauteng and those areas that are supplied by the system do not have water, it is not mainly because of lack or shortage of bulk water. The minister is on record saying we have enough bulk water, but our challenge is on the supply side. Hence, we encourage the municipalities to play their part. So where the people do not get water, it's mainly because of the municipalities, or for a shorter period when we are doing maintenance of the bulk water system, we will shut water for a few days. Here we shut water for 6 months because we're supplying, but we ensure that people get water until we reopen the tunnel. But in terms of people getting water, municipalities have to play their part, and we give them support, and we ensure that all the challenges that are on the ground are addressed.
Well, that's the head of communication of water and sanitation, Mandla Matebula. I just want my colleague to pan back now to this tunnel so that you can see the flow of this water that we understand is from the Lesotho side, as he is indicating that this maintenance was very important because it keeps, of course, the tunnel of alive and be able to carry this amount and the volume of water. He's also indicating that it's important that this maintenance to take place because it also provides, this tunnel provides water to Vaal River, which we do know is one of the biggest contributors that supplies water to a very huge population, and you can hear the sound of it, and simply means now there's those residents that have been affected, that are on the high laying area. They have not been receiving water due to the closure of this tunnel, but from now onwards they're supposed to be receiving water in their taps. And he's also mentioning that the only challenge thereof, if there would be that break of water supply, it would be because of the municipalities that are not complying, maybe the municipalities that are owing a Vaal Central water board entity, like the Machabeng municipality, for instance, here in the province. We do know that it owes a Vaal Central a water board entity 6 billion rands. So those other municipalities, such as Machabeng, would have still the challenges of water supply if they don't honor their payment arrangement. But with this opening of this tunnel, simply means that the 4 provinces, which is Gauteng, Free State, Mpumalanga and Northwest, they will have a sufficient supply of water.
Of course, Aphumelele, I'd be keen to also find out from those communities who will be enjoying the benefits of the reopening there. But I'm sure those are voices we will be getting as this story continues to progress as it is. But in the meantime, thank you so much for that update. There you have it, of course. The Lesotho Highlands Water Tunnel has officially been reopened there, with our very own Aphumelele Mdlalane monitoring that story for us.